Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1 and I have recently completed the Camo challenge for the multiplayer portion of Modern Warfare 3, and I wanted to share some of my highlights with you, some of my favorite moments where I was absolutely pooping on people. You know those are always the most fun. But before we get started, check out this weird stuff that happened when I was loading into a game one time. No need to adjust your screens, it ain't broken. But it's a little bit wonky. It definitely stopped working, and this game actually loaded after this. Believe it or not, the game actually loaded, and we played the whole thing. Pretty wild. Now we're here with the Ram 7, and we got to do our tactical kills. I decided I was going to play on hardcore just to switch it up. This was actually towards the end, as you can guess, because, hey, the Ram 7 was already out. It must have been. I decided to get this one forged instead of the launcher, because, dang, that launcher challenge sucks! Do not recommend. But hey, what about a quad feed in tactical stance? You gotta love it. You absolutely gotta love it. And since I did a lot of this towards the end here, in the most recent weeks, I did a little bit of Meat 24/7, you know? You gotta love Meat 24/7. It is a pretty good map. It's not always my favorite on domination. But when you're using a shotgun like I'm using in this clip, oh my lord, the damage! The damage you can do to a team. You could even get a 5 feed. A friggin' multi-kill. I think that's my only 5 feed that I got with the gun the entire time I was doing this. And I have like over 100 hours played. But you know what? I'm pretty happy about that. I am gonna like that clip for a long time. This one here, you know, it's not as impressive as a 5 feed. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what you do when you're playing a game like Call of Duty is you celebrate everything. You celebrate every win that you can get. And a quad kill, even though it's not a quad feed, we're happy about it. We're happy about it, and we celebrate it. Rust is not one of my favorite maps. I know a lot of people absolutely love it. I absolutely do not. I think it sucks. I know I just said a different small map was pretty good, but this one, in my opinion, not that fun. It's just not. You get a lot of kills, but you get a lot of deaths to random crap. But every now and then, you get yourself another one of the quad kills. Now this one was a split quad feed. It was almost, but everybody knows, almost doesn't count. Now we're back here on a little bit of meat, doing some knifing. And let me tell you, there's nothing that feels better than getting a nice little streak with your knife. I gotta admit though, when you're using a knife on meat, you're being a jerk. You are being a jerk. I was doing this for challenges, okay? This was for camo challenges, and it needed to be done. So don't be hating. But you are a jerk for knifing on this map. I was a jerk for knifing on this map. And I was also a jerk for doing shotguns on this map. But hey, it all needed to be done. It needed to be done. Don't even come at me, bro. Now, actually, all of this action that I was doing on Meat 24/7 with the shotguns were some of the best games that I had. And, well, by best games, I mean the highest kills. I've got a couple after-action reports here to show you. A little 67 kill game, a little 71 kill game. Now, I know you guys are used to seeing the people with their aim bots and their strike packs and their Cronus Zen and no recoil, and they're a professional gamer and they're on doing all the drugs while they're playing. It ain't me, dog. It ain't me. I'm a casual dad what plays Call of Duty, and I just hop on here and get a couple of nice games every now and then. So, for me, those types of numbers are really good numbers. I ain't going to be posting any 150 kill gameplays, but I like what I got. And of course, you know, we had another streak there with the knife. I am always happy to be getting streaks with the knife. That's why we got a couple of them right in a row here for you. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if the knife is actually really good in this game, but the knife feels really good in this game. And not just on the small maps. It actually feels really good on even the bigger maps, if you know where to go. That's the thing with these maps. There's always power positions based on the type of weapons that you're using, and if you can find them and take advantage, you're going to have a good time. Here on Terminal now with a marksman rifle. What could possibly go right with a marksman rifle? Boom! That's what could go right with a marksman rifle. Right in the head while he was falling. That is just not even respectful. And I'm not sorry, just so everybody knows. Another great gun here, the Tier. Now this is the variant that's built like a little mini sniper, and I like this gun. I don't know. I don't think it's like the most competitive thing of all time, but it's fun. It's pretty fun. And you know, every now and then you can get yourself a little cheeky triple kill with it. It's not that much, But to get it with the tier, it just felt good, okay? It felt good. Now, sniping on Rust is a bad plan, but the way that my brain works, if I'm going for a camo, I'm trying to get that camo done. That's it. I don't want to switch around and swappy doodles. I'm not into it. So I'm running my sniper rifle here on Rust, even though for me, for my playstyle, it's not that great. And I am not a quick scoper by any means, but we got a couple of clean shots in a row there, and I was pretty happy with it. Back again with the Ram 7, looking absolutely scrumptious with this camo. I gotta say, absolutely scrumptious. You put that purple on that black cell camo, ooh child. Now we got the priceless camo, and you can see we instantly switched to start working on our pistol camo. And wouldn't you know it, we got a quad feed with the pistols? That is pretty wild. Pretty wild indeed. And wouldn't you know it, we're right back into some knifing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just like it. Just come at me. Come at me, bro. I like knifing. I only did it to go for camos, but when you see stuff like this, where you just run in there and absolutely rip a whole squad into pieces, it just feels good. It feels good to watch. It feels good to do. You gotta love it. You know what else you gotta love? Taking an LMG, which by the way I hate. LMGs are the worst guns in the game for getting camos. I did not enjoy it. Was not a fan. But this little clip here, this is a pretty little spicy clip. We just kept shooting. Sometimes you just keep shooting, you pull down the trigger, and then the quad feed gets bigger, you know? Well, I guess it's only a quad kill, but what are you gonna do? It's still pretty spicy. Piquant. Absolutely piquant. Now we're using the Wasp here, and you know, this is only a triple kill, but I just like the strategy involved in it. The strategy. And the clean breacher drone, which by the way, that was my first breacher drone kill of the entire series. I never used them at all, but my friend said use them, tried it out, and got that little clip. I was happy about it. Going hard with the SVA. This is one of my earlier games, actually. In fact, this was my first quad feed that I had gotten on the entire game, and it's a good thing I had those Sten mags. It's a good thing I had those Sten mags, though. That one made me feel real good. I recorded that one, I put it on the Messenger app in my phone, and I sent it to all my friends. I don't know, sometimes you gotta pat yourself on the back, and that was one of them times. Now famously, there are tactical kills that you have to get with submachine guns, where you hit somebody with a tactical, and then you gotta kill them while they're under the effects. And man, what a great clip for getting that done. What a great clip, just a little triple spray. Now I knew that they were coming here, and I knew it had to happen, and of course, what makes that clip even better is that we got the camo done. We got the camo done in the clip for it. I love it. Sometimes you just need that real feel-good stuff. That's all I'm saying. You just need the feel-goods. Now, what really felt good was a burst rifle in my hands at the beginning of this game. Now, they did get severely nerfed, and I feel bad about it. But we also got the split quad feed here, covering B on our favela map, and I always liked that map. Not a crowd favorite, but I liked it. Very odd to see me recording a clip with a marksman rifle, though, because to be honest with you, Diane, I hate them motherfuckers. I absolutely straight up hated marksman rifles. Are they really strong in Warzone? Well, they definitely were. I know they got a little bit of a nerf, so we'll see if they're still competitive, but in multiplayer, I was not a fan, especially when there were such dominant assault rifles kicking my ass every single game. Back again in the Hall of Meat with a shotgun just being an absolute ass-a-hole. I know. I'm telling you, if you're using a knife or a shotgun on this map, you're a jerk. I was that jerk, and I got plenty of triple kills and quad kills and all sorts of cool stuff, and I don't even feel bad. It's funny going back in these clips because I can tell what I was trying to do at the time, as I'm sure you'll be able to here. And that thing that I was trying to do right now was hipfire kills. And it always feels extra good when you're doing something janky like a hipfire kill challenge and you happen to get yourself a little bit of a clip. Just a little bit of a clip, you know? Was it anything all that special? Just a quick bloodthirsty? Maybe it wasn't, but the fact that I enjoyed myself is all that matters. Hey, did you guys hear that I like knifing? Because I do. I enjoy it, and we're going to watch another little clip here of me slicing and dicing and making people sad. Now, I know a lot of people would say that anybody who knifes is a jerk, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. I was amazed that I killed that little tree guy there who was camping in the corner because, let me tell you something, I did not see him in time, and he should have been killing me. He must have been reloading or something, and I'm just going to have to thank my lucky stars for that. Now, submachine guns were one of the last ones I did up until I did light machine guns. I thought submachine guns were really terrible to get even up to the gold portion, much less to get forged. But you know what? I really started to enjoy them by the end. I like the submachine guns. I really don't like the challenges. And to be fair, they don't quite compete with the assault rifles. But what are you going to do? Now here we have a bit of a longer clip where I apparently broke into a slumber party or, you know, interrupted a camping session here. These guys, they just weren't feeling it. And you know what? They wanted to come right back to the same spot. They really felt like that was necessary to do. And so I did the old wraparound. I gave him the old wraparound here. And I murdered him again. And sometimes that's what you gotta do, you know? If a camper wants to camp and he wants to come back to camp some more, then you just blow him up twice. And that's what we call a little camper justice up in here. I do remember getting this particular clip, and the reason that I enjoyed it is because I got a couple of nice kills. You know, maybe nothing super fancy or professional, but I got a couple of nice kills there with the primary, and then I switch over to the secondary, and wouldn't you know it, we get some clean ones on there as well. Just absolutely defending my nation right here. The sea flag is my home, and you are not going to have it today. You could forget it, sir. Now, the thing is that not every clip needs to be a multi-kill of some fancy proportions. This one was just funny because I had been battling this guy the entire game. I got a couple of hit markers on him through the wall, and I hit him with the old slide and pop, and I just died laughing because he had no idea. And this guy had been pissing me off for 10 straight minutes. So sneaking that one in on him felt real good. I'm not going to lie to you. I always like a clip where I'm using the most of my loadout by using both weapons and maybe even some of my grenades. Now, switching back and forth between sniper and shotgun feels real nice in this game. And we even clean it up with a collateral at the end. Are you kidding? That is what I'm talking about. And of course, to finish her up here, we've got ourselves the very final kill of the entire camo challenge. And this was for the pistols, the Wasp pistol, where you gotta get tacticals while you got it akimbo. Missed the tactical on the guy, but then we got it, we locked it, and then you know what we did? We had to twerk about it a little bit. We twerking up in here. You know how we do. So I want to thank you for letting me go through some of my favorite clips, and maybe this will just be a historical archive to keep myself happy in the future and to try to justify all of this screaming and rage and probably an almost broken hand from punching my desk, because that wasn't always sunshine and roses. I'm not going to lie to you. There were some pretty bad games. There were some issues with hit detection early on. The gun balance is terrible, so when you're getting camos on actually terrible guns, you're always fighting against the best guns in the game, and that never feels good either. That's why we have to celebrate these wins, okay? And I appreciate you doing that with me. For now, I want to thank you for watching. I have been Rage Panda 1, and I will see you in the next one.